by the NSA.
This thing's flying. You can't tell the difference.
Just look for the bird with the package attached to it.
It's got a GPS transmitter on the back.
With the really bright laser red eyes.
Well, the
That's
Air
one you're
Force was
looking
just
for.
celebrating the first laser weapons test off of the drone.
It's like the owl from Clash.
We're only like 5 or 10 years away from Terminator times. That's what it is.
Yeah, and we're just making it all happen ourselves.
Pretty much.
Over and over and over again.
Like the synth cops, like from iRobot. Is that what it is?
So is this like the 6th time that we've done this? Is like the Matrix?
Yeah,
thing? We're not learning our lesson.
Right, ever.
We have to kill the drone bit, I think.
Yeah, this is like the 6th time we've talked about it, but it's still kind of fun.
Right.
So, and then the one I wanted to hit on was the whole Affluenza story.
Yeah, the flu?
No, so the spoiled little rich kid, gets bombed.
Shut up and study.
Gets bombed, goes out, drives drunk, kills a family of 4. Uses successfully as a defense that his parents had never set boundaries and got probation. Was it Texas?
Texas.
Yeah.
I'm the only idiot that read it and go, I looked at my wife and I go, how did he use the flu as an excuse? And she's like, you idiot. I'm not kidding either. Like,
but is that even a word, affluenza?
No, they totally made it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, that's the whole story itself is sad.
Because he's a spoiled brat.
And they were interviewing, what is it, the sheriff's deputy or whoever, the prosecutor that said, we will be watching this kid because he's on probation for 10 years. Yeah. If he even goes like 1 mile over the speed limit, he's done. So, like, he's got to watch his,
Unbelievable.
And he got off because he's a spoiled rich kid that wasn't taught proper driving.
He was never taught boundaries.
Then you have other people that carry an ounce of weed and they've been in jail for
whatever
8
happened
years.
to personal responsibility? I'm like,
it's gone.
No.
It's gone.
Well, but how does that kid live with himself? I don't understand.
He will just fine.
Yeah, I'm quite sure. But I mean, that we were talking about TMZ on the way up here. I mean, it's sad, but I mean, that's almost that's the culture we've created and what we've enabled by.
It was the last South Park episode. Did you see it?
TMZ? What?
No, the culture that we've enabled when and the last South Park.
I know I watched it, but I can't remember.
No, they're doing the Photoshop.
They
They
that's
Photoshop
right.
a fat girl to look hot, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, she's hot."
Oh yeah, it's the Kanye Kim.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Kanye Kardashian thing with hey, my girlfriend's so hot. Have you seen her picture?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
She's like a hobbit.
no, but it's true, and I don't understand it. And you look at it's that whole glorification of the Paris Hiltons, the Kim Kardashians, Miley Cyrus at this point. Didn't somebody just name her their musician of the year?
Yeah.
She was Time Magazine's 3rd place for person of the year, behind Obama and Snowden.
But you look at,
isn't that crazy?
But if you look at person of the year, that I could almost kind of understand, just because it's Hitler was Time's person of the year, at one point, because 1938 I believe, because it's the person who has the most influence on.
No, I know it's not the best person, but
You look like you had something, Jeff. Sorry.
Stephanie apparently listening live because she says 90 miles an hour in my car. I heard that because I'm driving her car tonight.
Outstanding.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. Hey, and so the other thing we really ought to get into is our event Thursday night that we had.
Yeah.
That was absolutely phenomenal.
So we had our last event of 2013 this past Thursday night out at Rochester Mills in Rochester Hills.
They have the best beer cheese soup I've ever had in my life, and I would consider myself a beer cheese soup kind of.
Yeah, I'm a convert. That was awesome.
That was one of the best things I ever ate.
Thanks for the call, Bob.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
So it was our what we've turned into for the last couple of years, the Support the Troops event that we had. We pulled off a little bit north of $2,000.
Yep.
Got the good folks over at iTalent sent in a couple of iPod touches. Got a Kindle Fire and a few other things floating around.
There's a couple iPod shuffles too, wasn't there?
Yeah, Davina brought him.
Isn't that what I just said from iTalent?
And Dave got...
You said
touch? Shuffle.
And
Sorry, I thought there was something different.
And Dave got biatch slapped by a little Navy girl.
He did.
Again.
Yes.
Yeah, the things I do.
It'll be in the show notes.
Usually when you open...
We do show notes, don't we?
Usually when you open hand slap somebody, it just stings. She got him with the palm. And
she got... Well, no. So here's the story, idiot that I am. So we're getting towards the end of the night. The crowd's starting to clear out. Crowd's starting to clear out. And they're like, so you're going to get hit? You're going to get hit? You're going to get hit again? And I'm like, all right, you know what? If you giggling idiots can pull another $500 out of this crowd, I'll go, yeah, sure, she can slap me.
Well, you said that to Jeff Haas, and he's like... anyone but him would have been, impossible to do. But he's like, no, this is going to happen.
Yeah, so it took him 15 minutes.
we had like 200 inside of like.
Cracked me, caught me with the heel of her hand right on the jaw. I felt that one until Friday night.
Yeah, I was gonna say your head actually buckled.
Oh like it was not like so. The one the first year at Dragon Mead was pure slap.
Right.
Yeah, this one was more thunk.
I was gonna say I did not hear a loud noise, and she was pretty.
It sounded
proud
like
of
a
it.
sock full of quarters hitting your cheek.
Yeah. It was great night.
That video sits somewhere in,
but, you know,
in the
it's
YouTube land.
It's all for a good cause. You know,
That's right. It's all for a good cause.
100% of the money is going for the troops.
Yeah, although I should warn you.
That was the one thing, though, that, you know, when people are looking at giving money, I go, you got to realize 100% of this money is going to troops. We're not like the NFL with the pink shoes, man. Like,
we're not United Way. There's no overhead here.
Like, it's all going to, stuff for Michigan-based boots on ground. You know, you guys still do this for free. Have you gotten a list yet of stuff? What did you get, the envelope there? That was what I wanted to. What do you embassy envelope? What is it called again?
Oh, diplomatic pouch.
Yeah, you have a diplomatic pouch we could put things.
Yes,
in.
we have access to a diplomatic pouch.
I want to see it before you
go directly to the embassy.
Oh, it's not technically something in my possession. I have to send it to a certain location, who will then put it in the pouch. And
It's not like it's in his trunk that we can just like throw a case of beer in or something.
Yeah, it's not like I'd stop by and pick up a FedEx envelope.
Could have sent them.
Although that would be very cool. Kind of defeat the whole purpose of the anti-terror thing.
Right.
We could ship like a whole thing full of yogurt or something. That would have been awesome.
The first shipment was accidentally full of dirty Kleenex. Sorry.
Just put in an empty FedEx box in the diplomatic pouch.
We are making T-shirts for them, right, and everything.
I still have some.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's all set. That's going in the packages. Life's good.
Cool.
But yeah, so a really, really cool thing, and we are.
We met a major general.
Yeah, that was
kind of intimidating, but he was very cool.
Yeah, he was a really cool guy.
Way nicer than I thought.
Yeah. So Major General Robert Smith showed up, who just recently retired, and was in charge of is in charge of all of the Veterans Affairs for the state of Michigan. And so, you know, we kind of started having the conversation, you know, the stuff that we do with Shifting Gears, with MEDC. I guess they're launching a program called Shifting Heroes, which is
for vets.
Right.
Yep, which is specifically targeted at vets coming back.
He's setting that up, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'm typically
sure we're
not-
going to get pulled into that one.
I'm typically not intimidated, but man, that was an imposing character. I'm not going to lie.
Were you there when he was telling the story about when he was still active and when 9/11 hit?
Mhm,
That was
absolutely.
an interesting story. Crazy.
You know what? He was in charge of 7 states or 11 states?
He was in charge of like this Midwest region for all ground forces to dispel any potential
and people
internal.
were calling him and telling him Dearborn was on fire. He's like, no, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm actually in Dearborn. No, it's not on fire.
Well, those are the jets that got. They all came from Selfridge, right? All the 9/11 stuff going on. The jets. Actually,
they scrambled
Saunders,
They
right.
came out of Selfridge. Yeah.
Right.
So hey, are we up on a break?
We actually are.
Yep.
We're gonna come back. We'll see you in a few.
We'll be right back.
There it is. The holy grail of Christmas gifts, the Red Ryder 200-shot range model air rifle.
This is the IT in the D, only on rawradiox.com.
And we are back. The IT and the D Show, episode 24, Monday Night Foosball.
Events happen in real time.
You know what I always wanted to do, by the way? That's my favorite Christmas song ever, the last one. And I think it would be great to start Christmas carolers, like a group of like 20 people, and all you sing is like the weird like Last Christmas by George Michael, and Do They Know It's Christmas Time by Farm Aid, and that song, and like Christmas Carol, like the goofy.
Just go through the neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly.
Freak people out.
Just like 20 people going, Merry Christmas, and it only comes on time this year. Like, I think that would be amazing. Someone needs to do it. And I did find a Tipsy Elves. I always watch Shark Tank. That's probably one of my favorite shows. And the Tipsy
Special on
Elves,
TV right now.
tipsyelves.com. They're just like stupid, ugly Christmas sweaters.
Okay.
And there's a few of them that are amazing.
Oh, that's the ones we were going through.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nice.
Is that the one where you were showing me on Thursday where it was the He-Man?
No, that was from 80s tees.
Oh, the 80s tees.
He-Man and She-Ra with Christmas hats on.
Exactly. Even standing there with a woman, he looked gayer than gay.
You're asking me, like, who would buy this? I'm like, you would buy this.
I absolutely would. And my kids are begging for the Chewbacca hoodie. I'm like,
Awesome.
I go, for $7.
So that's good parenting.
I go, I could get you like a nice North Face warm ski jacket for $70.
No, that would be bad parenting.
I want fuzzy Chewbacca jacket. I'm like, oh.
Why do you have a problem with this?
No, I don't.
Oh, good.
All right, so let's dive in with Cliff Nowicki sitting over there patiently. So, Cliff, you're a web designer.
That's correct.
And you're involved in a couple different things. One of the things that you had shot to us was Code Michigan. So tell me a little bit about Code Michigan and what it is and what it does. Or actually, let's just take a step back. Tell us about you, and then we'll dive into other stuff.
What is it that you do here?
Yeah.
What does I do here? As I'm sitting next to my meat snack graveyard wrappers, and, I'm looking at
The La Brea tar pit of Slim Jims. Yeah.
I'm looking at the score for the Lions, 9-7, favor of Ravens. So
Shocker.
halftime. So hopefully they'll pull back second half. Root for them.
They'll come back and score more points. Back to you, Bob.
That's right.
Typical Lions, they score in like 2 minutes and then they don't do anything for the rest of the half. Anyway.
Yeah, so I'm a web designer right now over at Search Optics in Ferndale, which is a digital marketing agency.
Okay.
And on the side, I also kind of work freelance projects as well, small websites, and
Yeah, who doesn't?
yeah,
Everyone's got 2 jobs in IT.
exactly. And that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. And yeah.
All right. So what's Code Michigan? I mean, what's the whole point behind it?
So Code Michigan 2013 was an initiative where the state of Michigan wanted to see if they could pretty much pull anything out of the data that Michigan has. So the whole point of it was to create a hackathon for everybody to use this data that Michigan has available to create apps for the civic minded, to be used for kind of the state of Michigan.
Okay.
And the idea behind that was to hopefully, if they could see that these apps were being made, maybe Michigan would kind of open up more data sources so people can even pull more data from it. And
So data like what? I mean, what? Give us an example. Like, what were you playing around with?
Yelp type metadata for locations.
Yeah, so example would be like locations of parks, locations of sea arbors, picnic areas, just like statistics.
Parks, attractions, zoos.
Right, parks and attractions, and pretty much the statistics from Michigan.gov that you would find there.
Is hackathons like a cheap way of saying,
do this for free?
Do this for free and we'll give you some beer.
Cheetos and Mountain Dew. Yeah.
Find our vulnerable.
Well, you were like sequestered in Grand Circus for a weekend, right? Like they shut the doors and locked you in.
Luckily, we got to leave. I think a few people did stay like the first night until I saw a few guys probably stay till 5 a.m. I got there. I left at midnight. Came back at 7. There was a guy still sitting there. I thought, okay, maybe he got a head start. At 2 o'clock, he says, I gotta go home. Like, oh yeah, why is that? It's like I didn't even go to bed yet. Wow. So he was rocking it out almost 24 hours before he even went back home. And yeah.
So it's kind of like Give Camp, but something that's targeted at the state of Michigan instead of at companies.
Right. Exactly. And the great thing about it was they actually had some nice prizes there too. So the winner actually, I believe, got $15,000.
Really?
Yeah. Then they had a crowd favorite. They got $5,000, and I think they made up just a category.
Now, who's sponsoring this? Like, where's this money coming from? So it's a state of Michigan initiative, and you guys were at Grand Circus for the weekend, right?
Right.
So is it sponsored by companies like Quicken or CompuWare? Like, where's the money coming from?
Did $200,000 worth of work? $5,000 present. Right. Smack on the butt.
Yeah,
thanks, kid.
There's quite a few sponsors. I don't know exactly where like the big money was coming from, but
sure.
I know Bisnum was one of the sponsors.
Of course.
Okay.
And just like a bunch of small other kind of places.
All right, so they had a good pool of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was the right price. Registration was absolutely free, and they had.
Well, I would hope so, since they're getting you to do.
Now,
work
were you
for
doing?
them, yeah.
Were you doing this alone? Like you had a team of 2, and was it a typical partnership type deal, or were there groups of 7 guys and gals or what?
Yeah, like the original concept was coming to teams there, so you'd have like designers, developers getting together. The whole concept was to create a working, functional app for your phone.
Okay.
And kind of before we started, we kind of got our group. So me and my friend Eric, we were designers for there. And we had two other developers that kind of knew all the back end stuff, but the kind of like the last second, like the week before the event, they kind of had work plans, so they were out for the event. So we pretty much came in as two designers coming into the project. So we first off knew that we weren't building an app.
So you actually couldn't complete the whole. You just did the design part, not the whole develop